Is the attendance. The combined total attendance this week was only 56,000, a drop of 78,004 in week 2 and 76,800 in week 1. Memphis at Orlando had the best attendance. They had a plus 300 gain in their attendance. They had 20,394. Salt Lake City, the most disappointing. No professional team there other than the Utah Jazz. I thought they'd do a better job getting people out there. 10,412. I think that's pretty pathetic if you ask me. Maybe it has something to do with the 0-2 record, but still, your first professional football team, if my memory serves right, only that many show up. Even Atlanta, which I thought was going to be disappointing because I think they're a lousy sports town. No offense, Atlanta, but I mean, you've always been a college football state. 10,717, and a lot of them were Birmingham Iron fans. There were a couple of bus other people that went out there, from what I've seen. I mean, San Diego had a drop of 20,000 down to 14,789 people. So that's not what you want to see at all. So that's my first take on that right there. Is the attendance is going to have to improve if this league is going to survive. I hope at least the TV ratings were better. Speaking of TV, this is the first time I ever saw a game on anything on the Bleacher Report Live network, and I gotta say they did a pretty good job covering it. It was far better than what TNT gave us last week with those wacky camera angles. The commentary was good. The camera angles were fine. They did a good job covering it. The only negative about having to watch on the Bleacher Report Live is I have a 40-inch TV over there. I have a 60-inch one upstairs, but because I watch on my computer, I'm stuck with my 20-inch monitor here. Thank God I have good speakers. At least I get good sound. The other thing is, Rice-Eccles Stadium did not even bother to paint the colors of the Salt Lake City Stallions on their field. They had them on the walls, all on the walls, but not the field. I thought that was pretty embarrassing, and from what I heard, they say it's a hybrid turf. It's too expensive to paint it and repaint it, so the university would not let them do it. It's not a game breaker, but it's just one of those things that irks me. It's like every other stadium does it, but you won't. That really irked that, I must say. Again, the Orlando Apollos have the best offense. Gary Gilbert is by far the best offensive player and probably the league MVP right now. They had the best pass attack, but the San Diego Fleet right now have the best ground attack. Back-to-back weeks, 200 plus yards. Jawan Gardner, the first leads back-to-back 100-yard rusher. San Antonio Commanders is not the balanced team I thought they were. Yesterday was very disappointing. Logan Woodside, another terrible pick six, which again turned the momentum of the game. He has some good receivers. He has some very good running backs. I expected better of Logan Woodside. They brought Marquise Williamson. I'm not a fan of this alternate quarterback thing. Stick with one guy, but he was 4 for 4 for I think like 31 yards. Thank God. Hopefully we've seen the last of Christian Hackenberg. Again, if you talk to anyone in New York about Christian Hackenberg, especially a Jet fan, they'll just shake their head and what disappointment it was. Zach Mettenberger was great. He came in to 120 yards, 2 touchdown passes, looked real good. Exhibited a lot of confidence, a lot of poise, a lot of leadership behind there. It's safe to say that he will be starting this week at home against the San Diego Fleet. They're 0-3. They desperately need a win. And I understand what Mike Singletary was seeing in Hackenberg. There's a reason why Hackenberg had been out of the NFL totally. I know Mettenberger was 0-10 as a starter, but he still started 10 games in the NFL, and he did show some good signs of good play. I'm wondering what Mike Singletary saw this guy in mini camp, training camp, in that one preseason game, and through 2 regular season games. This guy was terrible from the get-go. You have Mittenberger on the bench, and hopefully it's not too late. I said I think he made the move 1 quarter too late. He should have done it after the first quarter, when it clearly showed that Hackenberg was going to be the same old Christian Hackenberg we've saw the last 2 weeks. But hopefully Mittenberger starts this week. We see some better quarterback play. Like I said, we have 2 0-3 teams in the league. I don't think that's healthy for the league. We have 2 3-0 teams in that same Eastern Conference. And for attendance-wise, it's not good to have that kind of disparity in records. Arizona shots were brought down to earth. John Wolford was KO of the game with a back injury. Still a good quarterback. They're home this week against the Atlanta Legends, so I think they'll go 3-1. Atlanta, boy, jeez, Matt Sims has no help. I mean, I've never seen so many drop balls in one game and by one team like I have this team. I thought the quarterback play was going to be the concern in this league, as it always is. So far, it's actually the wide receiver play that's been absolutely terrible. It seems like Orlando, San Antonio got all the good receivers, and you have a few teams that are okay, and then there's a big drop-off after that. Even on the iron, Luis Perez is having a good year. He's doing the best he can with what he has. Thank God for Trent Richardson. I've seen a lot of his receivers drop a lot of balls also. So we have 2 0-3 teams, 2 3-0 teams. San Diego's got the best ground game. Orlando is clearly the best team right now. In fact, I would go from 8-1. Atlanta is number 8. Memphis is number 7. I'm still going to go Salt Lake, number 6. San Antonio, 5. Arizona, I would put at 4. I would put San Diego 3. Birmingham 2. And number 1, of course, is the Orlando Apollos. By far the most fun team in the league right now. So that's my thoughts on the week 3 of the AAF. Hopefully the attendance figures improve this week, but with one game in Memphis, and their first game was barely 12,000, I do not see the attendance in Memphis being any better. Arizona, hopefully they improve upon their 10,700 they had for the opening game at Tempe. We'll see. Again, I am not holding my breath. Salt Lake, with the win, hopefully their attendance improves more than 10-4 this game, and I think it's safe to say the Birmingham Iron will have the biggest crowd this week at the old Greeley, known as Legion Field. They're 3-0. They're looking good. Their defense is the best in the league. Let me know what you think, folks. It's been a good 3 weeks of football. The story has been 10 of the 12 teams who have won have been on home field. Both the revenge games this week were won by the other team at home. So it seems like the team that can do the best on the road just a little bit is going to have the advantage. This week's coming up. We're going to have, let's see, Saturday game at the Liberty Bowl on the Bleacher Report Network. We're going to have San Diego at 3-0. Got 2-1 coming in to face Memphis at 0-3. Saturday night on the NFL Network, we have Orlando and Salt Lake City, 3-0 versus 1-2. Sunday afternoon, I think the game of the week, if you ask me, San Antonio Commanders at 1-2 facing the Birmingham Iron at 3-0, and of course the nightcap will be Atlanta at Arizona. So that's it for week 3. We'll talk about week 4 later in the week. We'll talk to you later, football fans.